What's up, y'all? It's Adrienne Denise, and anywhere I vacation, visiting gardens there is a must. Get your passports, because we going to Amsterdam. Okay, so on one of my many trips to London, because I've been a few times, not bragging or nothing, I decided to take a day trip to Amsterdam. So you board a train in London, take the train to a small village where you jump on a ferry. And oh my gosh, the ferry was so cool because the ferry actually transport like tractor trailers and stuff to all of these different European countries. So it was like a truck stop on the ferry, as well as a casino and all kinds of cool stuff. But anyway, you go to sleep in the UK and you wake up in Holland. Now, is it just me, or do the new wave windmills freak you out too? I'm all for wind energy, but they're so scary and intimidating. Anywho, back to the story. We on the train.
Go get some of them waffly biscuits then. Get these on. We've got waffly biscuits. So they're right outside there. And then wafers in the middle, they're full of toffee. You're supposed to lay them on the top for just 2 seconds. And then melt.
Goedemorgen, het volgende station is alweer Leiden Centraal.
Biscuits. Often when I'm away, some of them.
And do you see that back there? A bicycle parking lot. I saw that a lot. I was so excited when I arrived and then shocked at the same time because I don't know how I missed this, but English is not the first language in Holland. Ignorant little old me. Duh. It was so much hustle and bustle, and I made my way, of course, to a coffee shop. Of course, I couldn't go in the 420 cafe. That was way too cliche. So I found a spot, did as the Romans do because I was in Rome, and completely enjoyed the experience until it really kicked in full-fledged, and I started looking around and realized I was the only female in the coffee shop in a foreign country where English was not the first language. So I decided it was time for me to go ahead and start my day off to the Hortus Botanicus. It was so cool because as I was approaching, I could see the Hortus Botanicus in front of me, and it was so exciting to see this big greenhouse. And my first stop inside was in the butterfly house. Okay, so we know I had partaken in the coffee shop goodies, right? So everything is a bit, profound and magical. There were fluttering all over the place until one landed on my shoulder. And I looked over and saw it, and it looked like a Pixar character. Like, hey girl, welcome to Amsterdam. And you know what happened next, right? I freaked. If there was a camera in there, oh my gosh, I'm sure I made Amsterdam's most funniest videos. But anyway, after that, it was time to experience and enjoy the Hortus Botanicus. The 3 climate greenhouse was a real treat. Here's the first part.
It is absolutely beautiful. And when you walk in, the smell is so awesome.
Now, the Hortus Botanicus is one of the oldest botanical gardens in the world and the oldest in Holland.
This is the second room of the 3 climate greenhouse. It says, please don't touch the plants, so I won't. It smells absolutely incredible. This is the third part of the 3 climate greenhouse. It's muggy in this one.
I loved just about everything. The one thing that I would have changed if I could was that they didn't use mulch or any kind of covering to kind of cover up the hard, mechanical, man-made things that were visible like in the greenhouse and stuff like that. But that's just a personal preference of mine. Everything was still so beautiful and neat. And a lot of tropical plants. I'm guessing because they don't see those much over there. Originally, they called it the Hortus medicus. And in 1638, it was used as an herb garden for doctors and apothecaries for illnesses during that period. And it's where all the physicians and pharmacists took their exams. Some of the plants were brought back from other countries way back then. I could talk you to death about all of this, but I just want you to enjoy the pictures. Take the tour with me. So some of these trees had the most wicked bark I've ever seen. Like, look at that. Looks like little Hershey kisses all over the place. So then I headed outside, and that's where the bees are. These trees were so unique and massive. One of the most well-known trees here is a Persian ironwood tree. The vegetable and herb garden was so cute, and they had them sectioned in these cute little topiary bush cages. Needless to say, I'm so happy I took this trip by myself because I spent 4 hours at the Hortus Botanicus and could have did more, but it was time for me to move on so I could see the rest of Amsterdam. What's a botanical gardens without lily pads and lotus flowers? Love it. So once out of the gardens, I did more sightseeing and then headed to the red light district. And of course, while I'm there, I have to visit the CannabisCollege. I needed the knowledge. It was so nice because they were open to me taking pictures and it wasn't a big deal. And I did learn a lot just from being able to see how they grew, read a couple of the notes, and saw what a healthy cannabis plant looks like. So of course I had to grab some seeds and give it another try once I got back home, right? You know it, I got a cannabis episode on the way, so don't miss that and tell a friend. In Amsterdam, there's a famous tulip market where there are hundreds of different varieties of tulips, and it was just the best experience. And I had my little basket and I was filling it up and got to the register, and I couldn't purchase any of the ones that I had picked because they couldn't go back to the States. So the lady points at a small little spindle and is like, "See those over there? Yeah, you can shop there." And it was like a 3-sided spindle, and I was so broken. But needless to say, I did find some really awesome, unique tulips that I took home, planted in my yard. So make sure you don't miss that little mini-sode of seeing my Holland tulips bloom in my yard in the States, and how I worked with them, and a few fun facts.
Ja, ik ga je altijd alleen maar laat. Maar de zaterdag mee.
Did you enjoy our first trip? It's so much more to come. So make sure you set those notifications so you don't miss out. If you like what you saw today, please like the video, leave a comment, be nice, and subscribe to my channel and tell a friend. Don't deny the little purple-haired girl. Plus, you can get more of who I am and what I do on Facebook at Can You Dig It and at The Gardenista, no space, on Instagram. I'm Adrienne Denise, and that's the dirt. Toodles.